Alright everyone, welcome to What This Song Teaches You. This is my series where I listen to a song or a band that I've never listened to before, and I'll try and teach you the parts. So yeah, if this goes well, should maybe learn this song at the end of this. The band I picked today is called Edgehill. Never listened to Edgehill before. Can't find a website for Edgehill, I don't think. No website, but it did tell me that they're a Nashville-based alternative indie rock trio signed to Big Loud Rock, comprised of Chris Kelly on vocals and guitar, Jake Zimmerman, a good name, leads guitar and vocals, and Aidan Cunningham on drums. They are known for their high energy, guitar driven anthems. That sounds perfect. So yeah, let's see what this is like. The song's got a good title. It's called What's the Appropriate Length of This Argument? So yeah. Before I forget to say, if anyone knows any more about Edgehill, please put it in the comments. And yeah, let's see what they're like. Here we go.
Tell me when it's over. I like your composure. I know what you did. A kiss with an asterisk, a nail in the casket, a bug on my skin. It's over your head. I'll keep my tongue under the covers so I don't let it slip. Face to the fire.
Very cool. Sounds a bit like Radiohead. Very cool. I think I got the chords D, sus2. So yeah, I'll write down the chords as I go along if you're wondering what I'm doing with this pencil. So it's an A minor chord. Then he went to an E major chord, which is quite nice. Same shape. Looks the same. A minor and E. Then it went to E minor, so you can just take this finger off. And then D sus2. It's a nice chord. It's like a D chord where you take your middle finger off, so that basically the first string is open. Creates this nice suspended chord. So we've got A minor, E minor, D sus2. Let me just listen more time. I'll show you the practice those chords. Pause the video, practice those chords, and we can jam along.
Tell me when it's over. I like your composure. I know what you did. A kiss with an asterisk, a nail in the casket, a bug on my...
So it's like... Yeah, very cool. So he goes, so you play your A minor. Down, 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 up. Down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up. Is the rhythm you want. The up's kind of late. Down, 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 up. Comes at the last part of the beat. And then yeah, it was like A minor once, I think.
It's over. I like your composure. I know what you did.
Yeah, A minor once, E twice. No, A minor once, E once, and then E minor twice. So it's something like this. So A minor, E, E minor, E minor again. Down, 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 up, down, 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 up. That works really well. And then this D sus2 chord went on a bit.
I know what you did. kiss with an eye.
D sus2 4 times. Make sure you're only hitting 4 strings. So A minor, E, E minor, E minor again, D sus2. Oh, like the sound of this. This sounds really good. I reckon we could keep going. Let's see what happens next.
A kiss with an asterisk, a nail in the casket, a bug on my skin. It's over your head. I'll keep my tongue under the covers so I don't let it slip. Face to the fire.
So good. I like the record spinning. Does anyone listen to records anymore? What was the last record you bought? Has anyone even bought a CD before? Yeah. It's a very cool way to listen to music. Let's keep going. We're just doing the same thing.
It's down to the wire. I'm losing
I think this is the same. Yeah, oh, it's a really nice vibe. I like it now the band's come in. Bass player's really good. He's doing like a G when the E's happening. It kind of creates this sort of sound, which is nice. That sounds really good. Yeah, oh, get yourself a good bass player. It's still the same there, guitar wise. Yeah, so on that, when he goes to the E minor, yeah, if you were doing a little version of it, you could do something like that. So for your E minor, so you do your E, then you take your first finger off for the E minor, but then at the same time put your little finger on the G, on the 3rd fret of the 6th string. Creates this nice kind of sixth, like a G6 sort of chord, which is nice. I don't know if they're doing that though. I think he's still doing an E minor, but it's the bass player that's actually making that sound. Makes it sound really like mysterious. Yeah, how's this chord make you feel? Put it in the comments. Very cool. So good. See, a song like this you'd think would be really boring. Not maybe you wouldn't think it would be boring, but it's been the same 4 chords the whole way through, and obviously it's emotional, so that keeps you going. But I think the bass player is really doing a great job. If you listen to the bass line, it's keeping everything moving. Obviously the drums, but yeah, if you listen to the bass part, he's doing so much stuff. So yeah, really good bass player. Go learn the bass players. Go learn this bass part. It's really good. He's not just going, because you would think that like you could just, some bands would just go, into the bass part. So much more complicated.
Think I'm ready to forgive you and do it again.
Like that bit. Dun, 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 dun. That's really cool. It's almost like a vocal part. Very cool.
Okay, we've got a whole other section. Very cool. I like the bass part again, just before this bit. Down, 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 down. I got the first half. I think the first half, yeah, the first half's an F. Like a bar chord on the first fret. Yeah, 1, 3, 3, and then put your second finger in, F major. Could also do this one. So F, and then it went to a G, normal G. Then it went like C, and then it was like a C/B, had a little passing chord. Basically like a C chord, play a C chord, and then your second finger moves up one string, so it's on the second fret of the 5th string. Then you take your third finger off, so you're doing like second fret on the 5th string and first fingers on the 1st fret of the 2nd string. This is a C/B chord. And then we went to an A minor chord. So it's F, G, and then it went a bit quicker between these chords. C, C/B, A minor. A little bit Oasis. They do that chord progression in like every song, actually. Oh, is it that? Ah, okay, okay. Yeah, this is a chord progression that can trick your ear a lot. So, yeah. Dum, 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 dum. You can hear this second chord. Dum, dum. This chord, you hear it in a lot of songs, but you kind of try and find sometimes like a diminished chord or something, but it's always this. If you think of Under the Bridge by Red Hot Chili Peppers, yeah. But it's in loads of grunge songs and rock songs, loads of songs. But yeah, this is, so instead of the A minor down here, so I'll run through it again. We've got an F, and then a G, and then a C, C/B, and then go to a power chord on the 5th fret. It's like first finger on 5, third finger on 7, and little finger on 7, all on the 6th, 5th, and 4th strings. And then we're going to hit this. I think it was like half a bar. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you just slide this finger back to the 4th fret. So yeah, it's like an A chord, A power chord with a G sharp in the bass. That's what you'd call it. It's kind of like a bit tense as well. It kind of suits this sound. So we're going to do that. And then they do something kind of cool. I've heard it in another song actually, but you hear it a lot. You hear it sometimes, not so common. You can then do it again. So you go to the 3rd fret, 3, 5, 5, and just do it from here, which yeah, really works in this. Links really well to that whatever's next to it, so we're going back to an F. So we had something like this: F, G, and then it was C, C/B, and then this power chord, then this, then 3rd fret, and then this. Then we're leading to an F now, I think.
so cool. Then we went F, back to G, G wherever. It's quite nice just moving this shape up. G here. And then it did the stretch chord that we did on the A. So instead of, this 5th fret one, we went back. We're going to go straight into this, which is kind of weird. So you got this. G, 3rd fret, and then maybe just hit 2 strings. And then you'd think it would lead back to an A minor, which was the verse. Yeah, the verse was A minor. So yeah, this chord's a really good connection chord back to whatever is going next. A little bit of tension, or a lot of tension, and then back to an A minor. It's going to sound great. I bet he does that. Let's go back. I'll try and jam this bit and chat out the chords. So F, G. Oh, that bit was quicker. F, G, and C/B. Oh yeah, it's a bit quicker than we were doing it. It's not G for a whole bar. Okay, I'll go again. We're going back to that bit. So good, yeah, really good. It's sort of song that you can just listen to over and over. Never gets boring. Really good. So good, yeah. I always just really want a solo in these songs. I was like... So yeah, there's a good soloing opportunity in this song because if you're in if you're in like a minor key, you'd have an A minor chord because we're in the key of A minor in this song, and you'd have an A minor chord, and then you'd get typically an E minor chord. So A minor and E minor in the key of A minor are really common. You'd hear that a lot. That'd be like loads of songs. You need a scale called the natural minor scale, which is in the key of A. I could show it you. It goes 5, 7, 8, 5, 7, 8, then 5, 7. Then on the next ring, 4, 5, 7. Then you bring your first finger over, 5, 6, 8. Then you go to the bottom, 5, 7, 8. This is called your natural minor scale. And yeah, over A minor and E minor, that's the scale you need. sounds great, everyone's happy. But then you can do something really clever, which is change the E minor to an E major chord, which gives you this. Which you hear in a lot of songs, a lot of Oasis songs do that actually. Oasis is a big fan of this. But the problem is when you're soloing over that, or creating a melody, this works for singers as well, creating a melody. When you're soloing over that, one of the notes in the natural minor scale, this one, which is the 7th, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, it clashes with the E, if you ever listen to this. It's not very nice. And so what you actually need a new scale called the harmonic minor scale, which is basically all you have to do is take that 7th note of the scale up 1 note, so it gives you this sound, gives you this scale that's like this. So instead of it being 5/7 at the end, it's 6/7, and then you can do it in the whole shape. Every 7th note is raised 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You play it here instead, and then from here 1, 2, 3, 4. Instead of here, it's here, but you can actually do it on the next string. So it's a great. This would be a great chord progression to understand that and solo over, because basically you'd record this chord progression: A minor. Let me just get set up. A minor, E, E minor, D sus2. You'd record that, and then when the E major chord comes around, rock and roll, I don't know what that was. When the E major comes, you'd try and play this note, the 7th that's been added in, but then over the rest of the chord progression, you'd go back to this one, which is natural. So you've got kind of like two things going on. So I'll give it a go. And yeah, over all the other chords, you can still play just the natural minor. So it's only over that one chord. Let me try and get it down here, maybe. So you'd be like. But yeah, actually quite difficult to do because it happens so quickly, that E chord, you're in and out, so you don't hear it for that long. So yeah, that would be a good lesson. You could maybe just jam over an A minor and an E, and then an A minor and an E minor separately, and learn those two scales. And then yeah, keeping it simple is the best thing. That's what he's doing. Yeah, let's get to the end of this song. But I think we're just looping that chord progression. Cool. Oh, they're actually singing. It's like a harmony they're singing. Oh, really cool. Love that song. That song was brilliant. What's the appropriate length for this argument? What is it? What does anyone know? What do you think? Put it in the comments. And yeah, does anyone know any more about Edgehill? Has anyone been to see them? Yeah. Thanks for watching this one. I'm going to keep this series going, so if there's any songs you want me to listen to and try and figure out, please put them in the comments, and please like and subscribe, and also check out the Patreon for the tabs and stuff and other lessons. Anyway, nice to see you. Goodbye!